Hey YouTubers, Raven here.
Starfire.
And tonight we're talking about The Outpost.
Season 2, Episode 7, Where You Go, People Die.
Yeah, it was good.
It was.
It was good.
It was actually really good.
I really liked it. Really liked it.
Yeah, it was really good.
This was the second episode this season that left me wanting more.
Yeah.
I mean, all episodes kind of leave you wanting more because you need to find out what happens.
But not The Outpost.
But, no. But this was like, don't stop!
Yeah.
It was the second time that happened.
Like I said before, I just really wish that we got promos because it would just tide us over until the next week.
Yeah.
But it's alright.
It's annoying.
It is. And I think there's only 3 more episodes left. Because this was episode 7 and the first season had 10 episodes. So season 2 will probably have 10 episodes too.
Well, at least it's not ending on something like this.
Yeah. So that means they only have 3 episodes to fix what's going on with Garrett. If they do this season.
So are you telling me?
If there's 10 episodes.
Right. Okay. So are you telling me that you're imagining that they'll deprogram him in 3 days?
I mean, he got there in less than 5 days. He was already healed and not healed, but you know what I was saying, what you were saying before, what you were complaining about. I mean, that happened really fast, faster than it normally would. So, right. I mean, it would make sense for them to do this, too, because they don't seem to care about how long something takes.
Right. I mean, I'm sorry, but Talon and Zed, they left at the end of last episode. And Garrett left at the beginning of the episode.
Uh-huh.
There was not even 5 days between the moment he left and the moment he ran into Talon.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he will be better by the end of the season. I'm just saying that if they plan on doing that, they only have 3 episodes to do it in.
Yeah. I mean, see, I don't care if you use fast travel on a show, but, they used fast travel in the final season of Game of Thrones because they didn't want it to actually take the length of time that they had already established that it takes to get from point A to point B.
Yeah. Because
it was the final season, they had 8 episodes, they had to get from point A to point B in a shorter amount of time. And they couldn't time skip, so they had to fast travel, they had to pretend oh yeah, no, it took that long, but it didn't.
Right.
Because it didn't actually take that long.
The suspension of belief.
Right. When it was reality for the rest of the time.
Yeah. The
final season was so short, you had to do that.
Right.
And so...
Because it was only 6 episodes, right? 8, okay.
So I had no issue with that. I understood why, and frankly, I found a lot of the time traveling to be monotonous, especially if you're on a ship for the whole fracking damn time. So,
they were on a ship?
When they were traveling back to the north,
they
traveled with the ship, so... I
was thinking spaceship, and I'm like, wait, Game of Thrones is not futuristic.
No, they were on a sea voyage.
I know! I realize that now. It's just whenever I think of time travel, I think of it with, a spaceship and,
right,
space.
But I'm not actually talking time travel. So... I'm talking about the idea that you speed forward time, even though it's not actually happening.
My bad.
Because just like in this show, they established it takes this long to get from point A to point B.
Yeah.
So you know it takes that long from point A to point B, so every time they do it, it's supposed to take that long.
Right.
But like I was saying, season 8, they had to, you know, make it, oh no, like, that's what it seemed like, but it was really, like, just 2 days, because we need to get this shit done.
Right.
But
that's probably what they're doing at the Outpost. Because
because they knew how long they had last year.
Yeah.
So they had to establish that, right? And this isn't their final season, you know? They have many more seasons to come, hopefully, okay? So, what's the harm in having Garrett arrive this episode instead of last episode? Because, I mean, I have no qualms about what happened at the end of last episode, because I was like, oh my gosh! But the idea that everything that's happened since Garrett met Talon on the road, and blah, 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 right? That, and the start of the war, could definitely be played out within the next 3 episodes.
Oh, yeah.
And then we could have, like, we could end on a cliffhanger in a part of the war, you know? Or, like, the start of the war. They're all running into battle, and then the season ends.
Let's hope that it gets a season 3, because if they end it that way, and it doesn't, that's gonna suck.
Right. But, like, you know, like, they're running into battle, season ends, boom.
Right.
That's a good ending, we get into season 3, and then the war progresses and everything. That's good. But now, they're gonna have to find a way to stretch shit out like they've been doing since episode 1, season 1. And that's what makes it kind of like,
I mean, this episode had a lot of things we didn't expect. A lot of, you know, things that it was just action-packed, and it was intense and surprising and everything like that. So I enjoyed it because of those things.
Yeah.
Normally, it's pretty predictable, and it drags, and, you know, it's still a good show, but it's just, you know.
Yes. There are some highlights that I think we should hit, like Talon and Naya. I'm actually using her name now, guys. It's Naya.
I've been saying her name the whole time.
I know, but there was a reason why I wasn't.
I know.
But she has earned her name.
She has.
So.
And, yeah, also Janzo. I feel like he.
Like that section.
Yeah.
Like the Naya and Nio Janzo section.
Yeah. And,
like I said, the Talon section. But I think the moment and then the after should be put together. And then, like, the Naya Janzo, and then the Janzo and the brother. I think we need to hit on the cure. And...
and Tobin.
That's the Baron's name? Okay. And then everything with the Baron. And Gwen. Then we end it with Gwen. I think that's how we should do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a plan.
We do. Now watch us not stick to it. This is the first time, but, you know, like, a lot happened in this episode, so I think we just need to have that general concept of boom. And so letting you guys know those are the things we're going to hit. So, what did you think?
With the Talon, or just the episode in general?
Well, I think we kind of hit that we really liked the episode.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's talk about Talon.
Okay. Well, I like that she, you know, after Garrett did that, like, of course, you know, you're going to be questioning it, because why the hell would her friend try to kill her?
Yeah, why did my love interest stab me in the gut?
And just the way that he was acting, of course, was just questionable.
Yes.
And, you know, but like, When she's like, "Oh, you wouldn't actually do that, or you wouldn't actually kill me."
You wouldn't actually kill me. He's like,
yeah. And then he's
"You
like
wanna
totally getting
bet
ready
her?"
to do it, and she like
she saw it. She knew it was gonna happen.
She knew it was gonna happen, and she opened up a portal
and fell back in.
Fell into the portal.
We freaked the fuck out.
She freaked out more than I did, but I was like, "What?"
Yes, I imagined that we might get some time with her in there.
I was like, "What?" Like,
right?
Oh my gosh!
Like, I know they're not called the Shadowlands, but for lack of remembering the name of that space, let's call it the Shadowlands.
Yeah. I don't even know.
It's more like the Phantom Zone, isn't it? From Smallville, the Phantom Zone.
Kind of.
When Kal-El had to get stuck with all the prisoners.
Was there flames, though? Like that?
Those were volcanoes.
Okay, so there was volcanoes in the Phantom Zone.
Well, it was a desolate, barren wasteland.
Okay.
But,
it's been a while since I've seen Smallville, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not going to remember every detail.
Yes. But, like, I imagined her waking up there in a tent surrounded by one side or the other. You know, like, the one that girl came from or the one that Zed came from. Or
Right.
which clan was she going to wake up with?
Yeah.
And then, like, maybe talk with them or whatever, right? And, like, I was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna get, like, some sort of, like, she's gonna, like, talk to people on the side, and she sees what it's like there, and, like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be cool.
Right.
And then she just wakes up to 3 of them.
And they're like, who is this?
Like, they move. Okay. So, 1, they don't know that the black blood that can send them in and out cut off their ears. So, I'm sorry, but some random ass chick falls through a portal with black blood and you're checking her ears first? Like,
I figured they would check her ears, though.
But she's bleeding black.
Yeah,
She's one of you. Why? There's no point. You know what she is. She's one of you. Period. Why do you check her ears? You don't know that the one with the blue thing in her head cut her ears off. You don't even know it's a girl. Like, for all you know, the tribe is still alive on the other side.
That rhymed.
Yes.
The tribe is still alive on the other side.
Slant rhymes, people. Slant rhymes. But, like...
Yeah. It would have been nice to see more of that.
Like, they didn't even speak.
They didn't.
They're just like, I'm gonna kill you. Why?
All she was doing was just fighting them, and then she went back.
I was confused on to why they attacked her.
Yeah, I was like, why are you attacking? I thought they were gonna help her.
Right.
Like, I legit thought they were going to help her when they saw her like that.
Right? But then the dick pulled out his...
dagger or whatever the crap.
Yeah, I was gonna say knife, but no, not a fucking knife.
But yeah, like, I would have been nice to see more of that.
Yeah.
And then she's like, well, I'm not concerned with trying to find the stones for the key now. I'm concerned with trying to help Gwen because we need to get to her before Garrett does. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But I like the dynamic between Zed and Talon. Like, yeah, I always used to say, oh, I totally want Talon and Garrett. Because, yeah, in the first season, they were really, like, built up. And they made it seem like they were going to be together. But Zed is of her kind. He knows he can help her, find out more about who she is. He can help her with her identity. And, that alone makes them have a connection and a bond with each other. So, if anything comes of it, I'm excited to see what they do with that, whether it stays a friendship or, him being kind of like a mentor to her or something, whatever it is. I think that it would be really cool to see them expand on that.
Yeah. Like, last season, I was like, Garrett needs to just pick a side, blah, blah, blah. Like, him and Talon make a cute... fuck Garrett.
There was so much sexual tension with him and Talon in the first season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously. Yeah. So much built up sexual tension.
Yes.
Unresolved sexual
Now
tension.
I'm like, even if he does get back to who he was, I don't want him with Talon. And I don't want him...
Like I said, I'm good with Zed and Talon.
Yes, Zed and Talon all the way.
And I'm good with Gwen and Tobin, because you know what? Like, at first he was a dick. He was. And I didn't like him. But I feel like he's proven himself.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, whether it was that the mistress's sister's doing,
right,
he still has become genuine with his feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And he does truly want to be with her.
Right. We got to see the real him.
So,
and I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it also helps that he's attractive.
Yes. Yes, it does. I loved the little food scene they had.
Yes.
He's making fun of her cooking. Like, oh my, that's so real.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and he's like, but I'm eating it, aren't I?
Yeah. I'm like, dude, make her try some. Like.
Yeah. Then she'll realize, oh wow, this actually isn't that good.
Right. I love how she's like, I'm ordering you to stop laughing. He's like,
it's like,
okay.
What, do you not have a sense of humor? Can you not laugh at yourself?
Right. It's like, you took time out of your busy schedule to go to the kitchen and make him that.
I mean, I like the fact, I don't know. I like Gwen, but there's times where I don't. Like, I feel like he kind of balances her out in terms of helping her come out of her shell more and make her, like, laugh at herself and just be like, not everything has to be taken so seriously. It's touch it. It's fine. They're just stacked up. It's not very steady. But yeah, I mean, like, he helps her with that.
Right.
And I feel like,
which is a lot, like, that's better for her than what Garrett was doing.
Oh yeah.
Just keeping her shut up and hold away.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly feel bad for what they're doing to Garrett's character, because in the first season, I liked him.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm just like, I could freaking care less.
I'm sure that once they fix him, like, I won't mind him anymore. Like,
yeah.
Like, I'll get back to where I might kind of like him again.
But they might go in a different direction with this character.
Yeah.
Like, not have him be with Talon or Gwen.
Well, either way, he knows the truth. She's not the real queen.
Right.
So either way, period, like, he's been lied to his entire life. Or his entire military life, at least.
Yeah.
And so
it's going to be hard for him to trust her because...
Right.
Because she is the false queen.
Yeah. But I think that even though she's the false queen, I think that he knows, like, once he actually starts thinking again, he knows that she's the better option of the two.
Yeah.
And so he would support her.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't out her because...
But I don't think that they'll be together anymore.
No. No, he can't forgive that. Even if she doesn't remember that it's not real.
And I honestly want Tobin to fight for her.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he knows that that's Garrett. But freaking dude, fight for her. Like, if you really want to be with her, not just for your own freaking personal gain, but because you genuinely like her, then fight for her.
Yeah.
Like, be like, no, I ain't gonna let you take my woman. I gonna stop you.
Yep.
And we gonna get married.
Right.
I knew the surprise visitor that was gonna ruin the ceremony was Garrett.
That was obvious from last week, you know?
Yeah. But anyway, we talked about Talon.
Yeah, and we've hit a lot of Gwen and Tobin.
Yeah.
And
I mean, based off what Garrett was saying to Gwen at the end, she's just like, what are you talking about? Like,
right.
Like,
he knew I was alive.
Like, no, she didn't. Everybody thought he was dead.
Right. But the letter he got,
yeah,
he's actually fucking convinced that it was real.
And it
wasn't. Which pisses me off.
Yeah.
It's like...
Because that freaking woman wrote it.
No, she didn't. She had a...
Oh, yeah, she had that guy write it. That's right.
Yeah. She had a professional...
He just copied Gwen's handwriting.
Yeah. He's skilled enough to copy the... And, I mean, there was obvious mistakes in there.
I think that Garrett was just delusioned enough at that point to where he would believe that it was her handwriting, whether it wasn't or not.
No, it had to look like her handwriting. But sometimes people are so good at it that you need a microscope to tell.
Yeah.
That, like, that slant in that H is too far over or too straight. Right? Like,
right.
There are little aspects in our handwriting. Like, our handwriting is as unique as our fingerprints.
Yeah.
So, like, it's just, like, it's easy to fake.
Yeah.
But it's not easy to do it correctly.
Right.
And especially with a quill, he did not do that shit right. Like,
yeah.
He did it close enough. But he didn't do it perfectly.
Yeah.
No one could. They're not her.
Right. But yeah, so I'm wondering if Talon and Zed are going to get to her and be able to rescue her.
Well, I mean, with what next week's...
Yeah.
Like,
but how are they going to know where she's at?
Well, I mean, right now they're on foot. They get back and they hear that Garrett ran off with her. They're going to steal horses and, like, they're not going to slow down. Like, Garrett's just trotting right now. He's just like, I'm in for the, like, home stretch. I'm
like, we don't even know where he's taking her.
He's taking her back.
Oh, okay.
They said, bring the queen to us.
Okay, and then kill the Black Blood.
Right. And so he's just like, I'm on my merry way back to the 3, right? He's like, la 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 la. Shut up, you traitor. You knew I was alive. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. Right? Like, all high and mighty on his little fucking horse. Like,
yeah.
He's just trotting along. But Talon and Zed, they're going to be like, ha! Go! Right? Like, that's what they're going to be doing.
Yeah.
So, they're going to catch up.
They are.
They're going to fuck Garrett over.
They better. Zed be like, I kill you.
Right?
You try to hurt Talon. Anyway, let's talk about Naya now.
Naya.
And Janzo.
Naya and Janzo.
So, she actually confessed.
She did. She probably should have waited till after dinner.
I honestly thought at some point she wasn't going to tell him.
Right, me too.
But he's like, no, you're telling me. Like, what's wrong?
Nothing's going to make me stop loving you.
And she's just like, but once you hear this, you will.
Yeah, but he didn't. He didn't stop.
He didn't. And that surprised me because I thought that he was going to be so hurt and betrayed by it that he wasn't going to anymore. That, like, he was just going to be like, I give up on love. I never want to be with anybody ever again because I always have, like, bad things happen.
Yeah.
Because he knows he can't be with Talon. And so, I don't know. Like, it made me happy, but it surprised me because I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
And the determination that he went to get her out when nobody would, like, let her, like, be pardoned or have mercy on her.
Right.
Like, you know, he loved her that much that he was willing to let her go and never return in order to save her.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
right?
Internally.
So touching.
So,
if I had a heart.
You have a heart. You cry. You cried when Tony died, okay? And I never thought you would cry when he died. So don't even say you don't have a heart. Proof that you have a heart.
If Garrett died, I'd sing Hallelujah. But yeah.
I mean, at this point, if he did, yeah. But if he was cured and he died, I feel like...
I don't know. Like, he'd have to earn that back.
Oh, yeah. He definitely has to earn that trust back, for sure.
Like, it's not even trust. Like, for me, if he died, like, even after he's cured, I don't give a fuck. He has to earn my fucks back. He has to earn the I give a fuck.
Yeah.
He lost all rights to that when it took them less than 10 days.
Yeah. But again, it was probably the fact that they only had a certain amount of episodes and they had a certain amount of time.
But if you're being realistic within a certain time frame, then of like days that it takes to get to a certain point, then you need to be realistic with everything that follows in that continuity. So, yeah, no, I don't give a fuck.
But and then I also like, I'm glad she confessed to Gwen, but
I'm not happy that it happened the way it did.
No.
I mean, either way, it would have went over horribly.
Yeah, because I mean, she knew she was going to be executed.
Yeah. But I think that I wish for her sake it didn't go down the way it did.
Yeah.
But for Tobin's sake, I'm glad it did because I think that was like the tip of the iceberg. Like
that was a deciding factor for Gwen of whether she was going to marry him or not.
Yeah. She'd been like debating it because she's like, oh, he's cute. He's a nice guy, actually. We're having some romantic moments. This is really nice. Maybe he does deserve me. You know, like, okay. But I think that she was ready to say yes to that if she had to. But I think that, I think that because of the fact that he turned her in, she didn't need to wait for him to ask again.
Yeah.
She was just like, yeah, no, I'm marrying that fool. Yeah. I
have your babies.
Right? Give me your babies. Give me your baby juice. I make babies for you. 1 or 2? Want a baby? $1. Don't want a baby? $1.
Wow.
They don't even have dollars.
Just the fact that you're even saying to buy a baby, though, like, I can't. Yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully they still end up having them, like, either get married, actually, or, like, be together because of this whole thing with Garrett now. Because I don't like how you just build stuff up and pull people apart. Like, put them with someone and let them be with that person.
Yeah.
Like, with Garrett, I don't care at this point.
Yeah.
But freaking Talon and Gwen and Janzo all deserve to be happy. And they deserve to
You
have
already
somebody.
stole a partnership from us because you made one of them a traitor and now she's on the run.
Yeah.
So.
But he does love her.
Yes. And when it's all over, he'll probably run off to find her.
I will always find you. I'm sorry.
Fuck that shit. Made her weak. It did. Did you notice she stopped using her bow and arrow and she stopped doing the.
But it was a beautiful sentiment because they.
No! It made her weak. Made her dependent on her man. She was kick-ass before that.
She was. She really was.
Once upon a time.
But I mean,
Snow White and Charming.
If you're going off the actual fairy tale, I mean.
She was a damsel in distress and a lowly fucktard.
Exactly. Yeah. So. I mean. But. Anyway,
he didn't even court her. He just like woke her up and then fucked her. Like, we're married now. Legally binding contracts.
Okay, we can get into a whole discussion about how the Prince Charmings are in the old time animated fairy tale versions of those, but we ain't got time for that. So yeah.
We ain't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
But yes, I agree with you.
Binding contract.
Anyway, yeah, so he will go and search for her.
Oh, totally.
I believe, when all of this is over, because she is his one true love.
Right.
And who knows? Maybe she'll break her promise and come back, like she said. Or not break her promise. Maybe she will keep her promise and come back and break her promise to him not to come back.
Yeah. I'm having a staring contest with you, kitty.
Hi. Why is your mouth open like that?
Yeah, you yawn. I won. But yeah. It was. I loved this.
Yeah.
Oh, right, the cure.
Yeah.
The woman was cured?
So the woman was cured. So does it have anything to do with the fact that she is female?
Or with those flowers? Like
was it those flowers?
We'll know next episode if it was flowers.
Yeah. So
it was probably the flowers.
It's probably a combination of the sun and the flowers because the flowers open up with the sun.
Right. They only open when the sun comes out.
Yeah. So it was probably the flowers and the sun combined that did it.
Yeah.
But why did it only affect her and not the others?
Because the others weren't surrounded by the flowers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She was at least like touching the flower or something with her hand. Because they were coming off the wall behind her, but not the others.
Makes sense. I liked Janzo a lot in this episode.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Normally he's like really bumbly and awkward and like all that. But he was like, he was good in this episode. He stood his
ground for a lot of it.
And I love when he brought those drinks in because I'm like, I bet he's going to create a diversion and he's going to
dude, the second I saw those drinks, I'm like, he's going to put everyone to sleep.
Yep, and he's going to let her go. Mm-hmm. Because nobody else is going to let her go because they want her dead. Yeah. But he's like, no, I'm not going to let that happen because he promised her he wouldn't. And he didn't.
Yeah.
I also hated that when Garrett was like, do you trust me? It totally made me think of Aladdin, but that was like a genuine thing with that. Because like, that was like, I mean, yeah, he was kind of technically lying to her too. But even when she found out that he wasn't a prince, she still liked him. Yeah. So it was different because, yeah, he did it to impress her. but she still accepted him even the way that he was.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, like when he said it, and I was just like, no, why'd you say you do trust him, Gwen? Why?
Well, she didn't say I do.
She just nodded.
She just gave a curt nod, which the nod that she gave was still hesitant and not really a yes.
Yeah.
It was more like,
because she still was like, she
just got done being betrayed.
Yeah, and
realizing that she was.
And she was in the process of getting married.
Well, it's not that. Like, she was fine with it.
Yeah.
Like, she wasn't shaking. She was determined. Like, she was like...
But it was because of the things he was saying. Like, he was pulling her away. He was saying...
You're not safe
You're not safe here.
Mm-hmm.
And all this stuff. And she's like, what? What are you doing? Where are you taking me? Like, what's going on?
It's because she used to trust him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's supposed to be dead. And... she just found out that her closest friend was the traitor.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone. Like, if she's feeling that if I couldn't see that it was her, who else around me?
It's like Morgana and Gwen on Merlin.
Mm-hmm.
Gwen was her
closest and best friend.
Closest and best friend. And
only friend.
Yeah. And Morgana... betrayed everybody, not just Gwen. She freaking betrayed the whole freaking realm.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, Arthur was technically her friend too, because they were kind of like brother and sister.
They were probably meant for each other.
Yeah.
Like, eventually they were going to have to marry.
Arthur and Morgana?
Probably. I mean, unless Uther found another suitor for her, that's what they were, like, in the first couple episodes.
In the first season, yeah, I could definitely see.
Yeah, no, in the first couple episodes, that's what they set up.
They didn't really start to establish Gwen and Arthur until, like, season 2.
Right. But in the first season, they were like, no, she is, like, she's going to get with Arthur. Like, that's the thing. That's what the king is setting up. That's what's going to happen.
But I always thought of them more as, like, brother-sister.
Yeah, but... I mean, okay, that's like Barry and Iris. Come on. It's the same thing. So you can't make that brother-sister argument.
I know. But I mean, just in Arthurian legend, though, it's always been Gwen and Arthur.
Yeah. I mean, there wasn't...
So that's why I was like, they better be together in this version.
But, like, what I'm saying is that they were promised to each other because of that.
Yeah, I know.
But... like,
no, I'm not trying to make that argument. I'm just saying, like, when I saw them, to me, it didn't seem like it was it was arranged. So they didn't have romantic feelings for each other.
No, they fought and bickered like siblings.
Yeah. So in those terms, yes, but not because I actually think that they were.
Right. But yeah, so. That.
Sorry for our little rant about different shows.
Yes. They expect it by now. Was there anything else?
I mean, I wonder what the mistress is gonna think now that Naya's escaped.
Oh, she totally knows it was Janzo. Like, there's no one else that could have done it. It's totally Janzo.
But what is she gonna do, though?
Nothing. When Gwen gets back, probably just say in all the confusion.
Yeah.
Like, things got mixed up, things got messed up. There's a lot of confusion going on, and we lost her.
Right.
So.
Well, I liked it.
Mm-hmm. I thoroughly liked it.
Yes.
I think that's it. So next week we can look forward to Zed and Talon saving Gwen, and
Gwen having them look after a delusional patient, being Garrett.
Yeah, and then bringing Garrett back and having Janzo fix him.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I guess
until next time,
keep
fighting for what you believe in.